I Can See You, written by Dante_Naco-Doches. I was always a rather curious person. Issues related to the occult and the paranormal attracted my attention a lot. So when a friend told me this story, I quickly felt the desire to verify if it was true or not. He explained the following to me. There is a website called www.icanseeyou.com, but it is not easy to find. Certain requirements are needed for it. You must be completely alone, and you will only be able to access it during Thursday night, starting at 10 o'clock. If you succeed, you will find something similar to a blog post detailing everything you are doing, as if you are being watched. The requirements were no problem. I fulfilled them all. I had been living alone for several years, and nightfall was inevitable, so I just waited. The week passed quickly, and in the blink of an eye, Thursday arrived. I was thinking all day about what I was going to do. I even searched for information on the internet, but I didn't find anything interesting beyond what I had already been told. I made some time until the evening, and at about 10:30, I went to my room and got ready. I followed all the instructions that were given to me. I turned off the lights, turned on the computer, and opened the browser. It took me 5 attempts to access the website, but finally, when I was giving up everything for lost, it started loading a page. The design was quite simple, a completely black background and no image. Sure enough, I could see an entry whose title was, I Can See You. At that entrance, someone introduced himself in a way that, although it was somewhat disturbing, was quite cordial. Good evening, dear visitor. I want you to know that I can see you. I was not quite convinced by what I was seeing. Of course, that feeling of disbelief and skepticism soon faded away. Another small paragraph appeared in the entry. You don't believe me, do you? You have a pretty big window next to your desk. Somewhat surprised, I looked out the window, but I couldn't see anything out of the ordinary. I could see my car parked, a couple sitting on a bench, and a girl walking her dog. I'm not exaggerating when I say that I spent about 20 minutes looking out the window, but no matter how hard I searched, I couldn't find anything. There was no one who looked suspicious. My attention turned back to the blog, which added another text. If I were in your situation, I wouldn't waste time looking out the window. Have you locked all the doors properly? And what about the windows? I know it's summer and it's hot, but do you think it's safe to have the dining room window open in your situation? I quickly left my room and headed to the dining room. Sure enough, the window was open. I closed it. I pulled the latch on the front door. I was so scared that I decided to pick up a knife. I went back into the room. This time I closed the door, and to feel safer, I lowered the blind. A new message appeared. I don't think that knife will be of any use to you. I was starting to get tired. What I felt was a mixture of fear and anger. I came up to the monitor and shouted, "Fuck you." I set out to close the page, but it was impossible for me. No matter how hard I pressed the button, it didn't react. I tried to leave the page, but neither the mouse nor the keyboard would respond. Come on, don't go so fast. The fun hasn't started yet. Desperate, I opted for the simplest measure, disconnecting the computer from the current. At that moment, the little skepticism that was left in me completely disappeared. The computer was still on. The last message that I would receive that night appeared on the screen. That last one really upset me. I had planned to end this by the good way, but I see that it will not be possible. I have told you before that the best option was to close doors and windows, but I must confess something. The danger is not outside this house, but inside. My heart was racing 1,000 times an hour and I almost had a heart attack when I heard the closet door, located right behind me, slam open. I didn't want to turn around. I didn't want to look at what was hidden there. Curiosity played a trick on me. Through the corner of my eye, I saw how a contorted body fell from inside the closet. Gradually, it began to incorporate. I looked away quickly. I didn't want to see his face. I didn't hear it move towards me. For some reason, it stayed still. I couldn't stop crying. The door was close to the closet. If I wanted to get out, I had to go through his side. A harsh voice said to me, "You're not going to try." Every hair on my body stood up. That thing had read my mind. I decided to take a chance. I opted to turn around and run out the door. This was my biggest mistake. When I turned around, it was just inches away from me, staring at me. How could it move so fast? His face, damn it, his face, still gives me nightmares to this day. I don't really remember what happened next. I just woke up in this strange place. I think I've been here for several months, maybe a year, I'm not sure. It's always dark. There's no door, there's no walls either, just this damn infinite darkness. I never get visitors, but that doesn't mean I can't communicate with the outside world. You see, in this strange place, there is nothing except a computer. Sometimes, with a little luck, I can talk to some other user who manages to contact me. I want you to know that I can see you.